Hi Cancer, welcome back. So Cancer, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the channeled messages. So as I was meditating on the collective Cancerian energy, I got a bunch of different images, and I want to say them all before I forget them. I saw basil leaves. I heard buttercup. I don't know if that's someone's nickname or you like buttercups. I saw what looked to be a shopping cart, someone returning a shopping cart or either pushing a lawnmower. I just could see the handle. I'm not really sure which. What else did I see? Now they're giving me the song Working at the Car Wash. I just feel like there's all these like practical things that you're needing to do, or that maybe you've got like a to-do list or something in front of you, or maybe that's just where your mind is at. It's like, I gotta get this done and this done and this done. But then they showed me a massage, and it's like, why don't you prioritize yourself a little bit, Cancer? Some of you could use a massage. They were specifically showing me the back of the neck. Something about where, I don't know, something about the back of the neck, like there is like a narrowing there or some inflammation there for a few of you. I am not a doctor. Please see a doctor if you need to. It's a tarot reading, okay? But those were the images I was getting. So take it or leave it if it's yours. It could just be validation that this reading is for you. If it didn't resonate, then maybe the tarot has something else for you. But I also got very specifically the song Sandra Dee, which is from the movie Grease. And interestingly enough, I'm friends with another tarot reader, and she made some videos from Grease. But anyways, I'm not sure if this song was in it, but she says, "Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee. Lousy in my virginity. Won't go to bed till she's legally wed." Anyways, I'm sure you know that song if you've seen Grease. I'm not going to sing it or torture you with it. Some of you just might like that movie. Some of you might be named Sandra. Some of you are more like Rizzo. Because I actually felt that Cancer, the energy that I was getting was that more of the Rizzo energy. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the movie, the Rizzo energy is definitely a more practical, I don't want to say practical, but realistic, a little bit sarcastic, knows what she wants, a little bit more of what I feel would be Cancerian energy, although some of you certainly could be Sandra Dee, because that kind of reminds me of the softer part. It's almost like the two parts of Cancerian energy showing up, even if you're a masculine, right? Let's not make this a male-female thing, okay? Let's make this an energy thing. Two parts of the Cancerian energy showing up. This very soft part that's a very, maybe even people-pleasing at times, or very sweet, the person that likes to be the caretaker, and then there's this other part, we'll call it Rizzo, Cancerian energy that's more like calls it like they see it, maybe a little bit sarcastic, you know, quick on the dime. I don't know if that's even a saying. You know what I'm saying? A little bit harsher than the Sandra Dee energy. So some of you, it's your lightness and your shadow showing up, or you could resonate heavily with one or the other. Okay, so let's see it's such an interesting message, right? Let's see what messages we get out with the tarot and pull it all together for you, shall we? So you have the North Node of Destiny, your card on the bottom of the deck. This is Aquarian energy for some of you. Could be dealing with one or have that in your birth chart. This is about your soul school, your learning curve, your fulfillment, your purpose, okay? Getting on your path, being called towards your destiny, all of that coming into alignment for you, Cancer. And it may feel like, you know, sometimes when people are like calling in my destiny, they're waiting for like the heavens to open up in these huge moments in their life. And although sometimes it is big moments, most of the time, the path to our destiny is very minuscule, small moments that if you're not paying attention, you would just totally overlook. I feel like, for example, if you're someone who doesn't look for signs, or you don't ask your guides for signs, you could have signs all around you, and numbers and music and people, and be totally unaware of it. You know, like totally overlook it. Or if you're like a hyper vigilant person, you're always looking for signs, you're always asking for synchronicities. You may notice it everywhere. You may notice the clock is always at a certain number, or that the numbers show up in general, or when you're thinking of a person, it shows up in the environment. You know, so it's all about your perspective and where you're looking. But some of you might be overlooking some really significant signs that you are on your path, or some really significant gifts that you have, okay? So pay attention, right? Pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to your environment, because here's the Tower. This is enlightenment in this deck. This is things feeling a little bit unsteady. But maybe it's a little bit unsteady because it's redirecting you to your path, okay? And if it's not this unstable energy, then for some of you Cancerians, this is like, it's like getting enlightenment, but in a, not in an obvious way. It's like something dawning on you, or just all of a sudden you start paying attention to things that are going on in the environment, or they're giving me, see a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck. Okay, so maybe pick up some pennies, or look for pennies. I don't know if pennies are significant, but a lucky penny, that's what they're giving me. It could be something as small as that, like asking for a sign from the universe, and maybe it's a penny that you find. It's just like something that's like really easy for you to overlook, has some sort of really significant meaning, or is going to significantly enlighten you when like you put it all together, or when you come to an actualization or a realization about something that's going on in your life. Wow, these are really interesting messages. I'm not even sure if they're making sense to you. I hope that they are. They're kind of all converging, right? And this is really interesting because, see, this is Aquarian Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with either of those or have those in your chart. But it's also like this very light energy that's all about the future. And then this very Scorpion energy, which is kind of like the, I don't want to say it's all in the shadows, but it's like this death and rebirth energy. So it's like something that was in the shadows, or that was overlooked, is like becoming known, or it's like finding your path to enlightenment through noticing the small stuff. Through noticing the small stuff. All right. Oh, okay. So now I get why they were showing me all these mundane, like someone at the grocery store and washing their car and stuff. It's like you're going about your life, Cancer, and it's like it's so routine or something, or you're going through like your routines, but there's like significant value in it, or there is significant signs being shown to you, or thought processes coming to you while you're doing that are pointing you towards your path. All right, so now let's get into the reading a little bit further. We're going to go into the head space, what's going on there, the thought space, the ego. Then we're going to go into the heart space, how you're feeling emotionally, the soul, and then we're going to go into the higher spiritual perspective. Headspace. Six of Cups, King of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, Cancer, you're showing up pretty strong in your own reading here with all of this Cups energy, right? Which you should, it's your reading. But it's like something from the past may be returning in the thought mind, and the thoughts, and your thoughts or another person's thoughts. It's like needing to weigh something out about an emotional decision that you have, okay? Because the timing is right now. Why do they keep giving me that song from Grease? Oh. Be careful about being mean-hearted or mean-spirited. Or maybe some of you have like a mean-spirited person around you that pretends to be your friend, but then they make fun of you when you're not around. Or maybe you do this. This is really specific. It doesn't even have to be a friend. It could be a family member or a partner even. But it's like this mean-spiritedness type of energy where, you know, it's like all fun and games until someone's feelings gets hurt. You know, so watch that, Cancer, or watch for that possibly. Like they literally gave me that phrase. It's all fun and games till someone's feelings get hurt. All right, so I feel like that's a side note, and that's kind of why that song is coming through as well. Interesting. Woo. Sorry, I wanted one more card, but I got two. The Lovers and the Five of Cups. That somebody getting their feelings hurt. So I feel like, and this is somebody you're connected to, okay, that's doing that to you or you doing that to them. And if I feel like this is weighing on your mind, okay, something that hurt your feelings, coming from a mean-spirited place. Some of you may have hurt your own feelings, you know, like tried to be lighthearted about something, but actually you were getting it in your feelings, you know. There's a message here about something through the looking glass. Something through the looking glass. I don't know what that means. Take it or leave it. This might not even be recent. This might be hurt feelings coming up from the past, or someone that, it's just like, I feel like there's a sense of like you should know better or you should have known better, okay? When it comes to a connection. Like there is this sometimes good, sometimes bad emotion going on. Sometimes you think about it in a good way and you're on the same page, and sometimes you don't. If it's not in regards to another person, I just feel like emotionally kind of going back and forth between being okay and then not being okay. I do feel like there is a relationship involved or another person though. Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing, but it's like all of a sudden the energy slowed completely down there. So it was like all of these messages coming through, Cancer, and then complete silence. And as I say that out loud, I think that is what I got in the last You versus Them reading. I can see that there's a delivery truck here, by the way, so my dogs are going to probably go crazy here in a minute. Just giving you a warning. But it's like, yeah, and then there was silence, right? And I picked that up in the You versus Them reading. Go check that out. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, interesting how that reading is coinciding with this one. So definitely check that one out, okay? Because I feel like that will give you some further clarification. But I also feel like there's like fond memories showing up as well. It's amazing how much time we spend in memories as human beings, right? We actually spend very little time or focus in the present moment. We're usually thinking about what we have to do next or what's next on the agenda or what has already occurred, and we are kind of like revisiting it in our mind and learning from it. But I feel a lot of past tense energy here, so that may be where your thoughts are and like the memories of something or someone. Let's go into the heart space. The heart space. What's going on there? Queen of Cups. Okay, so Justice, the Chariot, and the Eight of Swords. So I feel like when it comes to the heart space, things actually look pretty balanced for the most part, except there is something here that's kind of lingering that has you feeling a bit bound or restricted. It's almost like you want to be free to emotionally do what you want or move forward within your life, but then feeling like there's some sort of restriction around that, or that you're not going to be able to do that, or it's like you can't foresee the future, Cancer, or you're not really sure of the outcome, so it keeps you bound, it keeps you restricted. But again, I feel like there's something you're not seeing here that might become evident to you that will release this heart blockage here. Because I feel like you want this freedom to be yourself and to call the shots in your life and kind of go where you want, when you want, and feel the way you want to feel without having to get approval or walk on eggshells, whether that be within the workplace or within the home environment, you know? There is emotional satisfaction coming in and a sense of feeling more balanced, but wanting to be, you know, wanting to take the integral approach. Okay, so if we go back to the Grease reference, right, between Sandra Dee and Rizzo, you're wanting to go more towards the Sandra Dee, right? The more balanced, the more integral approach. But I feel like, I don't know why I keep getting that reference, but I do. I feel like there's some sort of restriction here. Okay, and I feel like what's really restricting you, Cancer, is that sometimes it just feels mean-spirited. And like I said, some of you are really getting down on yourself. You know, it might not even be dealing with another person. It's just like not really feeling up to doing something or not really feeling good about oneself. But it also could be that there is someone surrounding you that is just mean-spirited, you know, and it's like it's like a relationship where there should be love, but it doesn't always feel like it's coming from a place of love. Sometimes it feels like it's coming from a place of lack or hate, you know, and like this gets really easy, especially in like long-term relationships or family relationships, where you get comfortable with other people. You know, they often say that you treat strangers better than you treat your own parents or spouse or children or whatever, because there's like some weird comfort zone around the people we love the most where we behave the worst sometimes, you know, or we treat them with disregard, even though they're so important to us. And Cancerian energy, being as sensitive as you are, that may feel mean-spirited to you. You know, I feel for a lot of people you're on the receiving end of this, but you could also be the one dishing that out, you know, like you really, really love someone, but it's just really easy to pick them apart or get like, you know, like be rude, you know. It's like most people would be, although it's totally normal, I think most people would be totally embarrassed if like a camera followed them around in their home when they think no one's watching and saw how they behave. Because you just get into that comfort zone, right? Where you don't show the people you love the most maybe the same appropriateness that you would show a stranger, you know. And yeah, it's like that going on, but someone taking it personal. Okay, and I don't have no clue why that's coming up, other than it's something that's obviously in the energy that you may have already experienced and this is resonating with you, or that may be coming up in the energy. But I feel like this is one of those readings, if it's for you, it's for you. And it doesn't necessarily need to be within a home or a family. It could also be within a relationship, like an intimate relationship, where it's like the way someone shows love sometimes feels it feels mean sometimes, you know? Like the best example I could give you, if this is an intimate relationship, right, is like, you know, when someone like makes jokes or makes jabs or whatever, because you're so comfortable together, like you usually joke with each other, but say like your partner's having a bad day or you're having a bad day, they make that same joke, but this time you take it personal because you're not in the same space, you're not in the trust tree at that moment, you know? Something like that, where like a situation like that. I'm not going to keep belaboring the point, okay? So let's keep going then. What is the bigger spiritual picture here going on, Cancer? They keep wanting to give me the song Must Be Love on the Brain by Rihanna. I got that song in so many other readings that I cannot remember. I want to say Pisces and Taurus. If you're dealing with those, maybe check their readings out. There's the Tower twice. Okay, I'm going to have to clarify the Tower here. But you have the High Priestess, the Strength, the Two of Cups, and the Tower. Wow. So intuitively speaking, you kind of know what's up, right? Like, this is being able to map out or sense someone's true intentions. You know, and being pretty confident that you're right, and I feel like you are right. And this is all about a relationship. I'm sorry for those of you who do not have a relationship, but it does not, I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, it does not have to be an intimate partner, and sometimes it isn't. But this is a specific relationship that is showing up that, like, you've kind of read through between the lines, you know. There might have been like a secretive type of energy around it, or it's just always seems like there's secrets being kept or something here. What is the Tower? What is the Tower? The Fool. Give me one more. So there's some sort of, really, there's some sort of like shocking change in that. And they gave me the Fool, so it could be, it's like something ending for something to begin here. It's also a caution about not ignoring the red flags. Wow, so if someone has been a little too comfortable around you, Cancer, or you have been, it might come to the surface that is actually kind of hurt your feelings, or you might be saying that to someone, like, I feel like you're a little too comfortable, you know, talking to me like that, or being like that, right? It's like there is like the laziness energy here where someone is being, I don't want to say lazy within a relationship, although some of you may be, but like lazy with the way they're handling their emotions or the way they're dealing with things within a relationship. And it's like the Tower coming in to put you back on your path. And it may not seem like, I feel like this Tower moment is exponential is the word they gave me, yes, but it's also coming in subtler ways than you would expect a Tower to come in, right? Because that's what I got. I feel like there's subtle hints here for you to pick up on that maybe you're overlooking or you have overlooked in the past that are becoming more obvious to you, right? Yeah. I'm not getting that much clarity on this because I feel like that's the message, or that's all of the message they want to give right now. I got the Miser. So there's some sort of Tower moment around this kind of lackadaisical, red flaggy, closed off type of energy, whether that's coming from you or another person. Now, on the other side of that, Cancer, there is also another connection showing up, or this intuitive part of you if it's not another connection. Okay, sorry. I heard stop right there. So, I'm not gonna get any messages on that. It's being blocked. It's almost like they want you to just feel this out, and so that you can feel out the situation for yourself or something. Like, it's like you're not going to learn or grow in an area that you need to grow in. If I give it to you, you have to utilize your own guides or your own intuition, or just let it play out or something. Sorry, that's only happened to me once or twice before, but that's what I got. That happened in Aquarius's reading as well. There was a surprise that they didn't want me to talk about. So I just feel like, yeah, Cancer, this is what's coming up. I was going to talk about there being possibly more than one connection around you, but I guess that's not ready to come to the surface, or they want you to focus on like this connection first, or whatever's going on in this connection. And I'm not saying like there's a connection being hidden from you and get all paranoid. I'm just saying that there was another dynamic that was going to show up in the energy to talk about, but the focus, they wanted to be on what I've already discussed with whoever this is resonating with. So let's get some overall advice then. Sharing. So this is encouragement to share the way that you feel, to be more in the energy of being open when you feel safe to be open. Let's see what this deck says. I'm like kind of puzzled by the ending of this reading. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm like not very happy with that. I'm not satisfied with that. I'm sure some of you are going to be upset about that, but I can't help that, and I don't push it. So it's like, really? But I feel like you probably got enough information for now. This says ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. You know, and I was talking about this in the Aquarian reading too. Like, if you have Aquarius in your chart, go check that out. That when you are feeling like uncomfortable around someone, or just unfocused, maybe even irritated, that's a sign that you need to pay attention, okay? Because it might be that you and that person are not an energetic match right now, okay? But also, I got this card in Scorpio's reading too, about this being distracted and unfocused. So you could have that in your chart, or be dealing with one as well. I think either way, it's just important to keep it grounded here, Cancer. And like I said, share your emotions if you're comfortable and feeling safe to do so. There's some sort of change coming through in one certain dynamic or one certain connection. The good news is I see you being pretty balanced overall in the heart space, and this is going to help remove a blockage for you. So I feel whatever the Tower is a good change, right? So I'm going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with. I have Leo, Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, and Scorpio, Gemini. Yeah, those are the predominant zodiac signs, and Pisces. But take it or leave it. Those could be signs in your chart, could be signs in the chart of the person you're dealing with. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do go live there as well. Tarot Time with Dana. Linked in the description box below. Please only go to the Instagram and Facebook linked from this page, okay? There is a lot of people duplicating tarot readers' profiles and scamming people, so be vigilant. Guys, I do not private message. I do not have a WhatsApp. I will not ask you for money, all right? But please do check me out on those platforms, if you will. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, you could do so in the About section. Either way, I'm wishing you the very, very best. Until next time, namaste. Bye.